Hi guys. So as all of you would be aware by now that NMAT has finally released its exam dates and all the other relevant dates after first changing the pattern in June 2020 and then suddenly taking off all the date based information from its official website. So there was a lot of speculation till a few days ago as to whether the exam will be conducted, when and how it would be conducted, and what would be the dates. Will it start as always in the first week of October and so on. So now all this has been clarified, and in this short video we will have a look at all these details purely from an exam point of view, and in subsequent videos we will look at the exam preparation strategy and see how you can crack the exam in these 1.5 2 months. So let's first have a look at the test pattern. If we consider the overall NMAT test pattern, you will observe that NMAT till last year used to have 120 questions over 2 hours, and the breakup was you had 48 questions in quant, 40 in DILR, and 32 in verbal. And then you had sectional timings, so 1 hour for quant, 22 minutes for verbal, and 38 minutes for LR. So here this entire structure has been changed. For uniformity, what NMAT has done is that it now treats all three sections equally. So you have 36 questions in all per section. However, you will notice that the time per section has changed drastically. So for quant, you still have the maximum time, that's 52, and you will notice that while English and quant have the same number of questions, the time given is nearly doubled. So English is just 28 minutes for 36 questions, quant is 52 minutes for 36 questions, which does indicate that quant might still have tougher questions and more calculation oriented DI, just as it always has had. Verbal might continue to be the same. So in terms of difficulty level, we do not expect too much of a change with respect to the difficulty. Chances are questions might get slightly tougher, but we'll need to check that once the first window of taking the tests opens. Now, what is the biggest change in NMAT this year? These small structural changes are fine. The biggest change has come about through the scoring pattern, which is now an adaptive pattern. Now what does this mean? Here you observe for each section the score range is 12 to 120, and hence the total score you can get is 36 to 360. How does that happen? So what happens in an adaptive pattern is that, as we see here, the difficulty level keeps adjusting itself depending on your response. This is the standard GMAT pattern. It also used to be the GRE pattern. How exactly does this work? So let's say the first question is of moderate difficulty. Now, assuming you answer it correctly, then the next question will turn out to be tougher. Suppose you answer it incorrectly, then the next question will be easier. So as you keep answering each question correctly, your next question will start becoming tougher and tougher and tougher. And if you go wrong initially, your next question will keep going or keep becoming easier and easier and easier. Now you might wonder that isn't a student who is answering easy questions benefited? No, because every question gets some kind of a weightage. So suppose you answer the first question correctly, the next is tougher, which means that the marks allocated to that question at the back end will be higher, and so on. However, if your second is easier, third is easier than that, then the weightage allocated to that question will keep going down. So that is where your score never becomes negative, it goes from a minimum to a maximum. NMAT typically used to give you the first window results at after 4 or 5 weeks. Here, your personal scaled score will be available within 48 hours of taking the test. So that is another big difference. This is something that you will need to prepare for. And a major difference here is that when you have an adaptive test, you cannot have a situation where you leave a certain question and go ahead. Typically, you need to answer that question to move on to the next one. Certain adaptive platforms do allow you to leave a question, but then that penalizes you. So by the time you reach the next question, you've started losing marks till the time you don't answer the next question correctly. So having looked at the test pattern, let's now consider the dates. Unlike every year, NMAT has been delayed by 1 month. So it will now start on 4th November and it has been extended for another 45 days. Typically, NMAT gets over somewhere by the mid of December, but now it will be conducted till end of January. So that is a much larger window, approximately 3 months instead of 2.5 months. Thereby, all your other processes, registration, late registration, scheduling, etc., have all been delayed. There is one very important aspect with respect to NMAT. There, as you can see here, there are two different headings. One is called registration, one is called scheduling. What exactly is that? In NMAT, you can select your own date when you want to take the test within this window. So you need to register first, and then separately you will be sent a link and you need to schedule your test. Similarly, because you have 3 attempts, you can also do what is called a rescheduling or a retake scheduling. Actually, there's a difference between reschedule and retake schedule. A reschedule is if you want to change the attempt date. A retake schedule is, let's say you take the first test and after that you feel that you've not done very well, then you need to wait for 15 days at a minimum. So for example, if you take the first test on say 5th November, then you can schedule your next attempt only after 20th November and so on. So more details on this can also be obtained from the official NMAT by GMAC website. There is a section called FAQs which has all these details in great detail. Let's now look at what institutes you can target. There are 38 institutes that you can target through NMAT. Which are the prominent ones? So you have the flagship NMIMS Mumbai campus with all its programs, general business management, HR, pharma, etc. Then you have the newer NMIMS Bengaluru and Hyderabad campuses. ISB's Advanced Management Program in Business Analytics also accepts this score. So does SPJIMR, that's SP Jain in Mumbai, and Xavier University. So these are, if you are looking at some of these institutes, then NMAT could be a viable exam for you. Here, as I had said, this link will give you the registration process along with the entire schedule. There is one very important aspect that you need to look at here, which is the second point mentioned. This year, because of the COVID situation, NMAT will allow you to take the test either at the exam center or will allow you to take it in an online proctored at home format, which means you can take the test at home, but there will be some conditions involved. Both will have a lot of details to be looked at, and again the FAQs given on the website will have these details. So I would suggest that you go through them in detail before you register and take a call. To take the NMAT, you need to be either a graduate with a minimum of 3 or with a degree which is a 3-year or 4-year degree, or you need to be in your final year who will complete his or her graduation by June next year. So broadly, these are all the details with respect to NMAT. Because of the limited time, most of you will need to start preparing through mocks. We will be releasing our NMAT adaptive as well as non-adaptive mocks very soon. The exact dates will be released on the website by the middle of this week. We will also be coming up with a more comprehensive program including live teaching for NMAT, but again all details will be up by the second half of this week. I will talk about that separately on the website and that will be communicated to you. For now, this is the important information that we need to have with respect to NMAT. So go through the website, check all the details, and then take a decision on whether you want to appear, how and when you want to take the test, and so on. So thank you and wish you all the very best for NMAT.